Yeah. Here we go. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Right off the back, happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there. Always an interesting holiday, depending on the season you're in and depending on what you've lived through, the type of advice you've been given, or the things that you have in your life when it comes to your relationships. It's always one of those holidays in which you really bring them, no matter where you are, single, divorced, married, whatever, wherever you are, whatever your status is, there's always some sort of feelings that come out, and today, this morning, I thought a lot about my two grandmothers, my two late grandmothers, Granny Nina, my mother's side, and Granny Marjorie on my father's side, who both, we lost both of them. I lost my grandmother. I lost Granny Marjorie. We lost Granny Marjorie to diabetes. She was a diabetic, and we actually lost her the day my sister graduated from college. And then my grandmother, we lost her to my grandmother, Granny Nina, on my mother's side. We lost her to breast cancer. They're no longer here physically, but they are very much alive. Especially on days like today, especially in situations like today, they're very much alive spiritually. Here's what I mean when I say they're alive spiritually. As someone who has just turned 34 years old and has been single for a really long time, there's so many people that ask me this question over and over and over again. I find myself having to answer the question of why I'm still single over and over and over again. And days like this are not easy, but the things I saw from those women and the advice and the things that they have told me as I was growing up is something, it helps myself answer the question before other people pose the question. All right, so I'll just give you an example because it was young, and this is what I mean when I say they're alive spiritually. And every time I come on this, every time I give you a video and I give you a Move Swiftly thought, this is what I mean when I say your spirit has to be alive. You have to have a spirit that's gonna live forever, that's gonna come alive forever. Because now I have a niece that's coming up, and she's gonna need to hear these stories. And it's so important that we continue to grow and continue to progress, right? So it was when I was a kid, and as you know, if you're a regular listener of my work, I was heavily involved in youth football. Anything. That was my life. That's where I got my acceptance, right? And there was a time where both my grandmothers came to visit me, and I remember there was a conversation that they were having, and they were talking about me in front of my face, because that's just how Caribbean women get down. They go, look, she goes, look, I don't know what happened. I don't know what even brought this up, but I guess they started talking about the type of woman that I would want, or the type of woman I would end up with, or whatever it was. And my Granny Marjorie goes, look, if the girl ain't into football, if she don't like football, she ain't gonna last long with us. And my grandmother on my mother's side, Granny Nina, she co-signed. It's like, yes, because he might like to take you out to fitness and do all this kind of shit. It's funny to think of, especially on days like today. It's so great to think about that kind of stuff, because they're right. They're 100% right. They're 100% right. Every time you see me, I'm working out. I'm going through a different group run. I'm meeting people that are in that fitness world, in that sports and athletics world. And because of it's because of the things they said to me then, and the things that was kind of imparted in my brain then, is why now I know what it is I want. I have that mindset, and I know I'm not going to settle for anything less than what I want. And nowadays I start asking myself this question, questions like, is this potential suitor going to be a great grandmother? Is she going to be a great mother? Is she going to be someone that I would love for my niece and my nephew to meet? Is she going to be someone that can give these pieces of advice and really stand the test of time? That's really what life is about, man. And especially on days like today's, where it's probably a high 90s percentage of people waking up and taking pictures and posting shit on social media with someone that they don't want to be with. However, they're going to stay with that person because they're that afraid of being single. All right. So again, happy Valentine's Day to you all. Hope you enjoy it. I hope it's a real one. I hope you have I hope you're with someone that you really want to be with, and not with someone that you're just settling for. All right. MakeYourMove.com is the website. It's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and self-development needs. Take a look at the shirt. Get you some merch. Get all that stuff. In fact, there's gonna be some emails coming out. It's gonna have a couple email newsletters coming out for you guys and all that. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, make sure you inquire. Just hit the inbox and hit the, I'm very findable on the internet. Just find Aswand Cruickshank. I'm all over the internet, all right? Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.